Hello and welcome to our WIFR FastCast. 39-year-old Michael McKee pleads not guilty in the deaths of his ex-wife and husband in Ohio. Now, McKee also waived his right for extradition to Ohio during his court appearance Monday. Our crew in the courtroom say McKee appeared angry. He's suspected of killing Spencer and Monique Tepe December 30th. McKee reportedly married Monique in 2015 and divorced 2 years later. Spencer was a well-known dentist in Ohio. Ohio police say both Spencer and Monique were shot to death in their home and their 2 children were inside. Online searches reveal McKee saw OSF patients in Rockford at one time and worked at a local office. He also had an active surgery license in Illinois, and he's charged with 2 counts of aggravated murder with premeditation.
The order was for, based upon Mr. McKee's waiver of expedition to return to Ohio. Exactly how quick that'll happen, it's based upon the resources of the Sheriff's Department and other logistics. To give you an answer of exactly when or how quickly.
As in Winnebago Sheriff's or Franklin County in Ohio?
A combination of both.
Okay.
19-year-old Trevor Tosh could spend more than a decade in prison, accused of hitting and killing a man with his car while drunk. Investigators claim after 7 Sunday morning, Tosh was trying to pass a car on Olson Road in Sheffield when he hit 41-year-old Anthony Simpolos. He died at the scene, and Tosh was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Belvedere police also arrest 35-year-old Sylvester Cardona and 33-year-old Evelyn Comas. Cardona's accused of pointing a gun at a driver around 5:30 Sunday evening in the area of West 9th and Maple. Cardona is also accused of driving away from the area. Comas was taken into custody, accused of misleading police. Beloit police look into the death of a man Sunday night. First responders were called before 9 for a welfare check in the 800 block of Milwaukee Road. Police say when they got to the area, the man was unresponsive and pronounced him dead. Officials say there is no threat to the area and have not released the man's name. Illinois interstate shootings dropped for the 4th straight year, according to the Illinois State Police. There were 0 fatal shootings last year compared to 12 in 2024. That's a 31% decrease, according to data. And Governor J.B. Pritzker says they're committed to building upon this progress and will continue working tirelessly to improve public safety across Illinois. And if you thought last week's temperature drop was bad, prepare for round 2. Let's take a look at our 7-day forecast out there for the remainder of the week. So you can see right now we're sitting at about 44 degrees there in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. And take a look at our Tuesday, though. 50 degrees there for our high temperatures. So certainly not too shabby for being this far into January here with that high of a temperature. Just kind of crazy to see something like that. But really, just like I said, the big story here is going to be that drop off. Take a look at Tuesday to Wednesday. That's an almost 25-degree change there. And of course, we also want to talk about that precipitation there. We've got a 20% chance here coming up tomorrow and a 40% chance on Wednesday. And obviously, of course, once we do see that temperature drop there, I would say, and our First Alert weather team agrees, expect some of those snow flurries there. And then as we move into Thursday and Friday, we're going to continue those flurry chances there. You can see 25 degrees for our high Thursday, 40% chance for some of those snow showers there Thursday night. But once we move into Friday, we do have a 60% chance, moving up just a couple degrees there. But it does seem like those snow flurries are really what we're going to be looking at there. Take a look at Saturday, though. Back on that winter weather roller coaster, moving down to 17 degrees. So certainly going to be a cold weekend, and I know a lot of folks are possibly having some of those plans for the Bears game that's coming up here this weekend. So if you do happen to have any plans, maybe make sure that you do have a safe place, a warm place that you can go indoors at any point if you are doing anything outdoors here coming up this weekend. Moving, of course, into our Sunday, the game day, it's going to be 15 degrees there for our high, so even colder than our Saturday, but something nice and positive to think about there is the chance that we're not going to have any precipitation for the most part. Of course, things can change, but moving into our Monday, 18 degrees there. And man, oh man, take kind of a look at where we start the week there on our 7-day forecast and where we wrap up. Yeah, we certainly are on that winter weather roller coaster, but of course, it's not going to be the strangest. It's going to be here all winter season. We also want you guys to download our WIFR First Alert Weather app. I'm going to leave this QR code up here for just a quick second for you, but for any of those snow emergencies, any of those flash freezes or the freezing rain, we want to make sure that we can keep you safe wherever you are. We also want you guys to download our WIFR News app. These are two separate apps. I know some folks are sometimes confused a little bit by that, but what you're going to do is you're going to open your camera, you're going to scan this QR code, and it's either going to bring you to the Google Play Store if you have a Samsung phone or the Apple App Store if you have an iPhone. And then once you download both of those apps, you're going to want to hit Allow Notifications. Those little buttons that kind of pop up right on your screen, the alerts. All you're going to do is just tap on one of those, and it will take you to the latest updated article on either the WIFR News app or WIFR First Alert Weather app. Of course, like I mentioned, those stories that I mentioned will be coming up here in our shows this afternoon and this evening at 4, 5, 6, and 10. And of course, not only do we want you to download those smartphone apps, we also want you guys to download our WIFR apps on those TV screens you have at home. We're available on Amazon TV, Roku TV, and Apple TV as well. Of course, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you coming up very shortly for WIFR News First and Forward. Sydney Stoffregan. Thanks for watching.